Aloha, beautiful souls, and welcome to another reading here at Transform with Rian. And today we're going to look at what's in the next chapter for you in romance, all right? And we'll channel some messages through your future self for this reading. So let's all start off with a collective reading as usual. So take a deep breath in. 3, 2, 1, and exhale. And deep breath in again. 3, 2, 1, and exhale. And really just focus on grounding your energy to receive this opening collective reading of love to prepare you for your personal readings, or your group readings, I should say. So we have this beautiful angel looking being here, and the message on the back says, acceptance is the key to inner peace. At times we must accept things as they are. There's no point trying to change that which is beyond our control. So I feel like the next phase in love is really this opportunity to sort of accept things as they are, accept the past, and move forward, whichever direction that may take you. And stop trying to change things that maybe you've been trying to change for a while and have been unsuccessful with. Okay, so it's time to move on to greener pastures, is what I'm hearing. So let's start with group number 1. Hello there, group number 1. Welcome to your reading here to find out from your future self what is in the next chapter of romance for you. All right, so you have the boot to kick off the reading here. It says, increase your efforts if you want to achieve your goals. So what I'm hearing here is, first and foremost, your goals. So what are actually your goals in love and romance? It's important right now that you get very, very clear on that as you begin this next chapter, okay? It's really, I'm hearing about alignment. So what is it that you truly want, and what types of actions or people are you interacting with that will get you to where you want? And what types of actions or people are not gonna get you where you want to be? Okay, so there's a little bit of increase in effort in this process because there's a lot of self-reflection and implementation happening here, right? It's not this time period where you could just like sit on your butt and like expect the love of your life to walk right through the front door. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm feeling like there's going to be a little bit of effort that has to be made on your end. I'm also hearing the word compromise as well. And that, you know, I'm reminded of this show. I don't even remember what the name of the show is, but it was on Netflix, and it's about this Indian matchmaker. And people fill out these like intensive profiles, and they get, you know, she brings who she thinks might be a good match. Usually it's like 2 to 3 people. It's like a small amount because she doesn't want to overwhelm her clients with too many options. And she tells people all the time, like, your list of what you want in a partner, you're never going to get 100%. She says what's more realistic is like 50-60% of the traits, and then other things you're going to have to learn to work with. And you know, some of her clients agree with that, and some of her clients don't. And I don't know, maybe you agree with that, maybe you don't. But what I'm hearing here is that this isn't like the next phase of love and romance for you. It's not gonna feel like effortless at all. Do you know what I'm saying? Where it's like everything just works out. You just click like right away. I feel like there's going to be some challenges as you progress in love and romance, as you perhaps go deeper into a relationship, right? Like, and it doesn't have to be anything catastrophic, so don't freak out. It could be something like, oh, I want my future spouse to be a doctor, and then you find out that maybe they're an engineer instead. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, as you get to know people, as you're on the lookout for your future spouse, right? And they're still a good match for you, even though they're not a doctor, but they're an engineer. Do you get what I'm saying? So I feel like that's largely what's meant here with this. So let's slide that over here, and let's get your twin flame cards. We have transformation, breakthrough, reinvention. You're ready for the next level. That's key here. Oh my gosh, look, we have a little butterfly here as well. So for those of you that butterflies are kind of your sign from the universe, you're in the right space, this is your confirmation. So let's reveal all of these and then we'll kind of like move forward. Offer, gesture, engagement, wedding, rejoice in your union. That's a beautiful card to see. So control, stagnation, delusion, release the need to control situations. Oh, love that. And then we also have sacred journey. Understand who you truly are. This journey brings self-discovery. Oh, okay. Okay, so this is like super duper clear already coming through. That let's take like the key phrases that are most aligned with your reading together, that kind of weave the story of the next chapter, okay? So here we have, you're ready for the next level with breakthrough and reinvention. So all of those are really important. So what I'm hearing here is that you need to examine like what you wanted out of love, and you need to discard some of the things that really don't fit you anymore, okay? So for example, like when I was real young, I had this idea that the love of my life would be a white guy. Okay? And that's just what happens being raised in the US, where it's like everywhere I looked when I was younger, thankfully it's been changing now over time. It's like the hot, attractive guys in like TV shows, in magazine ads, TV ads, movies, all this stuff, like all of them were pretty much white. There weren't a lot of like Asian, Latino, Black, Islander sort of like celebrities in the media for me to sort of like ooh and go gaga over and have crushes on. Do you know what I'm saying? So I always had this idea that like, oh, I would have to end up with a white guy. But then over time, what I came to realize is that skin color is actually not really important to me, like at all, right? And so I had to start working with this image that, as I envision, as I visualize the man of my dreams, the man I want to spend the rest of my life with, that I'm not restricting myself to one racial or ethnic group. And so I feel like that helped me become more open and expansive to love. Now, that may be something that you relate with or resonate with, maybe it's not, but take a personal inventory of like your checklist when it comes to your ideal partner and see which things don't resonate with you anymore or that you feel like are not as important. And so you can kind of let those go. All right. So that's what I'm feeling here. And then that person will find an easier way connecting with you. Do you know what I'm saying? And here we have this gesture. Gesture is what I'm feeling most strongly for this. Not so much the engagement wedding. I feel like that's, maybe an overdrive for some of you that are watching this. But I feel with this gesture, it's really paying attention to people's actions. That's what this is saying here, okay? Like, yeah, they may look cute. Yeah, you may be attracted to them. Yeah, they may have like a great job, career, house, car, lots of money, whatever, like whatever these criteria is, but take a look at their actions. Okay, so actions speak louder than words. People can write all sort of wonderful things about themselves, but it's like, who are they really when it comes down to it? When it's time to put aside the talk and really show who you are by acting on it, right? And the same can be said for you. Like, who are you really? Okay, like what types of actions do you take? One of the things that I learned when I was studying law of attraction that one of my mentors shared with me is like, oh, so a lot of people, they want like a partner who's like fit, who has the perfect body, who's like really in shape. And then you look at them and they're like, well, you're not really in shape. You don't have a great body. And it's kind of like, it's not so much a judgment about body types and what's better and what's not, but it's really more about what does a person who has a great body generally value. It's their health, right? They value their health, and so they take care of their body. And so if someone who takes care of their body were like looking through profiles and wanting to be with someone, what do you think the chances are they're going to be attracted to someone or want to date someone who doesn't care about their body? Right? And what's evidence that some people don't really care about their body and their health is when they are, they don't exercise, they don't eat healthy, right? And then whatever happens as a result of that. So really like taking a look at everybody's actions, because that really shows more of who their character is. It's not so much what they say or what they write down on like a profile, Now, what do we have here? With control, it's need to release the need to control situations. So many times, and I've experienced this myself, loves, so don't worry. I'm not saying I'm like better than any of you. I feel like I need to rearrange this. Sorry, Crystal. I'm going to have to scoot you over. And maybe little ghosty, we'll put you over here too. Is that, we only know what we know, right? And sometimes we lose access or we block off really great opportunities because we're not open to what we don't know. We're not open to the unknown because we want to be in control. We want to know everything. Do you know what I'm saying? And so when we release a lot of our expectations and we release the need to control every aspect of a situation, then it allows a little bit of wiggle room for magic to happen. You guys understanding me on that one? Okay. It's like be open to surprises or wild cards because you may get, quite lucky and you may actually connect with someone who was completely out of your radar earlier because the lens at which you were looking at things, the filter in which you were looking at things was just so strict. Okay. Again, kind of like what I was saying earlier about like how I thought that the man of my dreams was supposed to be a white guy. And so I wasn't open to seeing all these amazing, wonderful men who were people of color, right? Because I was just like focusing on this one ethnic group. And so, because I was trying to control who I would end up with. So it's really important that you release this control as well and just really attract someone who's a great match for you, regardless of certain criteria that you think you need to have. Okay? And here with Sacred Journeys, understand who you truly are. And I feel like we were talking about that quite a bit earlier on, is really taking an inventory of what you value now after all this time, however old you are, right? And however old you've been dating and pursuing love and romance. Like, take a look. Who have you become now? Because I guarantee you are not the same person that you were when you started noticing whichever sex or gender you're attracted to. Okay? I think we can all agree on that, right? So let's get some more information here from your future self about the next chapter of your romantic life. So a lot of real wisdom here. So I feel like a lot of changes for many of you in how you perceive your ideal romance and your ideal relationship. And that will definitely be the gateway for things to come into your life that could be more than what you could have ever dreamed of, like in a good way. So there's a lot of effort here, okay? Like inner transformation, personal growth and development is like not easy. Let me tell you, it's easy to swipe and like people on dating profiles, but it's a whole nother thing to connect with people on a deep level to find that true partner for you. Let me know down in the comments with a heart if you feel me on that experience. Okay, let's get some tarot to get some more info here. 7 of Cups, look at that. More options for you within the dating pool, more ways of experience happiness and fulfillment in a loving relationship opening up to you. Queen of Cups. Ooh, look at that. The World. That is some big major arcana energy coming through for you, group 1. Ace of Wands. That's beautiful too. Oh my gosh, I'm loving this collection of cards. Knight of Coins. Yes. So what I'm seeing here, this is gorgeous. This is just fantabulous. So let's look at these court cards first. We have the Knight of Coins and the Queen of Chalices. I'm doing this like wavy thing here because I don't want to pick up the cards because everything's so slippery on the table. And I don't want to get this all like messed up. So the Knight of Coins, I feel that this next chapter in life is about being a little bit more thoughtful about who you decide to go on a date with, who you decide to like back. You know, I heard before, I don't know if this is still true, and I feel like more guys did this than girls, is that they would just swipe that yes to everybody, and then they'd see who matched with them and then filter out from there and then just see who they liked, right? So it's not like they were just like taking their own sort of preference right out of the gate. They were just liking everybody and see who was interested first and then deciding where to put their energy and attention into when like DMing people. So I feel like that's one way to approach it, right? If that works for you. But I feel like that's a way of sort of like losing your own power, right? You're basing your decision to like someone else based on them liking you first. When I really honestly feel that's, the word in Tagalog we say is baliktad. That's like a little bit backwards. Or that could it be Ilocano actually? I need to like check. um, but anyways, it's backwards. Like you should be asserting your own divine sovereignty and power and saying you are the person I want to interact with, and then let them decide if they want to interact with you. Not, put yourself as sort of the second place, the second in command. Like this is your life, y'all. Like you can take control of it. Well, you know what I mean. Not necessarily like to this degree, but you can assert yourself, right? And I feel that's more present here in the next chapter of romance. And so it could be this, like for me included, I experienced this. It could be that the number of people you go on a date with might go down. When I was just a little bit like not picky, I could get a date with somebody like every day of the week. Easy. I would have multiple dates. Easy. In one day. But so many of them were like duds, right? Maybe you've experienced that too. But when you're more selective, like, yes, that will decrease your chances of dates, as in the number of dates, but the quality of your dates are gonna be so, so much better. Let me tell you. And to be honest, like from my perspective and like kind of agreeing with your future self here, it's like it's so much better to go on like 2 quality dates a week than like 7 dates a week, and like maybe one or two of them is good. Like yeah, you still get 2 good dates, but you also went on 5 like crappy dates. Do you know what I'm saying? So you could have spent like those 5 dates doing something a lot cooler and something more that you enjoy. So it's really about like also understanding your time. So the coins is about your resources, and time is one of your resources. And heaven forbid, like money as well, right? Like why pay to go have coffee or dinner with somebody or go Dutch on something or whatever when you're not even having a good time? Like it almost feels like a waste of money. You know what I'm saying? Here with the Queen of Cups, I feel like this is really understanding your inner emotions. What really makes you happy when it comes to love and romance and a partner. And you'll be getting a clear understanding and a breakthrough on that topic. And that will help you become a better magnet for the type of person you actually want to attract, okay? So with this world, I just feel like there's a big graduation happening here, okay? Just like with this reinvention. So it's like you are really moving from perhaps an era of your life where the relationships and dates you were going on weren't making you happy, weren't having you feel fulfilled. And so now you're understanding like ways in which you can improve your love life, your dating life, right? And so it's like you've learned a lot in these past few years of dating, and now you're ready to sort of evolve and grow. It's like Pokemon, gotta catch 'em all. I'm sorry, my nephew just recently got into Pokemon, and so now I'm like hearing the theme song and like Team Rocket's blasting off again. What about that? If you love Pokemon, oh my god, comment down below like what's your favorite Pokemon. I kind of like, the one that comes to my mind right now is like Ninetales, but I really like a lot of them. But Ninetales is just so gorgeous. So with the World card, I just really feel like the world is opening up to you, right? Like you're in this space now where it's like real love matches that have excellent potential are going to be coming your way. Okay, now here with the Ace of Wands, this is just new beginning, new inspiration. And like this person is holding this wand, and it's the seat of, it's a signifier. Okay, yeah, signifier of power, right? Like think of all like the wizards and witches who have wands, like hello Harry Potter, hello Gandalf, right? Hello Sailor Moon, even though she's not a witch or a wizard. But, they have wands that show their power. And so I feel like this is you claiming power in your love life. And a new inspiration coming through. It's like I feel like I see you seeing how you can experience love and romance in so many different ways that you never have thought of before. And Yeah, I'm just feeling like this deepening of connection. Like, when I was younger, I just never really, I just would go to the first date and maybe like sleeping with the other person and like thinking of it in that regards. And I wouldn't really go beyond that very often, where it's like, oh, I'm introducing them to my family, I'm moving in with them, we're maybe having a family together. Like, I wouldn't even think that far in advance because I just didn't see it was possible. And it wasn't like kind of where my focus was in that point of my life. But now I feel like for you, the possibilities and the inspiration for how love can appear in your life is just going to be amplifying here. And I think that's a beautiful, beautiful thing. So, here, this next chapter of love, I feel like this evolution, this maturity in you is like blossoming, and you are going to be able to attract real quality people that are way, way, way better matches for you than matches you've had in the past and people you've dated in the past. So if you thought that the best years of your dating life are behind you, oh no, honey, you were so wrong. Like, you have so much to look forward to, and I am like thrilled for you. So I hope you really enjoyed your reading, loves. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for the likes, the comments, the subscribes, and thank you so much for supporting the channel with those items, but also letting the ads run. Like, it really means a lot. If you're curious to know more about love on a more personal level, just check the description box below. You can reach me to book a reading. I'm currently like working on getting a website together, so it's a little bit more official. But for now, you can definitely contact me via email in the description box below. But other than that, loves, remember, it's never too late for your happily ever after. Keep on dreaming. Bye. Aloha, Group 2. Welcome to your reading to find out from your future self what is going on in the next chapter of romance for you. And to open up your reading, you got this amazing card here, the Tulip. Great passion. Ooh, child. Sounds like things are gonna get really heated in a good way. And I'm really excited to see what actually comes out of your reading, but I can tell already that this is going to be an exciting chapter in your life, because what else is passion but excitement at its core? Do you know what I'm saying? So let's see what your twin flame cards have. We have community, friendship, fun, a light heart, enjoy downtime with friends and family. Ooh, 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 ooh. Memories, nostalgia, repetition, attachment, reliving the past, let it go. Okay, I'm starting to see a story forming here. Ascend, expansion, evolution, universal intelligence, stay connected to spirit. What? This just really took like a jump up here. It was like miracle grow for your reading with this ascend card. Okay. Oh, travel. Oh my God. I cannot with this right now. I cannot with this. Movement, meeting, adventure, be ready for new experiences. Wowzers. So I can see now that there is so much energy to go along with this passion that kicked off your reading here. Like community, memories, travel. Like, those are really, really big things, okay? And I have to say, I really didn't appreciate community for the longest time in my life until recently, about being connected with like minded people. Okay, so that's what I'm really seeing here. That's kind of at the root of what your next chapter is with love and romance. I'm feeling like you're going to be connected to a very loving community just in general. So, like even just platonic kind of love, right? And I feel like within this community where there's people who you could easily be friends with, that can be the start of a romance, right? With one or several of the individuals, kind of depending if you're monogamous or polyamorous, whatever the case may be, right? And so I feel like with this community, it's like, when you go on those dating apps, it's like there are literally thousands upon thousands of options, right? And everyone is there for different reasons. Everyone is there with different motives and different backgrounds. And when you have a community of people, a lot of times there's something uniting them at their core, right? There's something that's bringing them together, like a shared vision, a shared mission, a shared destiny. And with this community, it's much stronger than like just a simple like dating online community, right? Where like really the community just gets like, who wants to go on a date with someone else, right? Like that's really what it is. And you can have like all types of people that fit that criteria. But with the community card here that I'm seeing for you, this community has something a little bit more intimate, a little bit more personal that unites them, okay? So it could be a community that's like dedicated to caring for the environment. It could be like a gaming community, right? Who's very passionate about some sort of online game or multiplayer game, something like that. Or it could be a spiritual community where people are really invested in personal development and growth, right? And so from within this community lies the next opportunity, again, or opportunities for love for you. And because you both are already passionate about whatever this community is centered upon, then that passion into love has kind of like an easier flow and like growing into that. Do you know what I'm saying? What do we have here? Memories. Oh my gosh, I'm hearing like the song Memories from Cats. Memories, all alone in the moonlight. I don't even actually know the words. But anyways, I know that's a big classic from Cats. But anyways, with this, what I'm seeing here is actually this repetition is more what I'm seeing. That the more you engage, the more you meet these people, the stronger the emotions will become. Like this greater the passion. And so that's why I see what is happening here. It's kind of like, the energy I was getting from group one was a little bit more like things might be off to a bumpy start, or things might not be very clear in the beginning, and it'll take more time and effort to like get to where you need to go, kind of thing. But with your reading, especially with Ascend and Travel, it's just like I feel like very strong attraction, and the attraction just continues to build the more time you spend with each other. Okay, it's almost like you keep uncovering new things that you can connect and you can relate to when you kind of meet this person, okay? And so that's like you're creating memories here, and you're bonding not over shared memories, but like memories of your past, both of your pasts that you've kind of had the same experience with. Do you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like when I tell people I've traveled to a certain place, like, oh my gosh, I went to Seoul, South Korea, like a few years ago, and I got to visit the Seoul Tower. And like other people, oh, like, oh my God, I went there too. And like you kind of share your memories of that space and that experience, right? And then you feel even more bonded. So I feel like that is what this memories card is talking about. So it's like the sort of like bonding through reminiscing about similar experiences that you've had, kind of thing. Okay, I think I've like covered that. So we have travel here. Now I'm hearing like another song. Like, once you open that like musical jukebox in my head, it just like doesn't even want to turn off. But there's this song by Utada Hikaru. Let me know if you know in the comments down below who Utada Hikaru is. Like she was once considered like the Michael Jackson of Japanese pop music. But she has this song called Traveling, Traveling, So I don't really speak Japanese, so I couldn't even tell you what the words are and what they're saying. But anyways, what I'm hearing with this traveling here is that see how we have meeting here and we have adventure and be ready for new experiences. I feel like this next chapter of romance for you is going to be like no other experience in love, romance, and dating that you've ever had before. I feel like the person or people you're going to connect with, it's so strange because I don't really know where this like why monogamy and polyamory is like, or polygamy. I don't know why I keep wanting to say polyamory instead of polygamy. Anyways, is like so strong in your reading compared to like group one, or even like most of the other readings I've done in love. So I'm feeling like, if the idea of like a throuple or polygamy or polyamorous relationships like resonates with you, then like that's a double cue to know that you're in the right space. But even if you don't have any sort of like inclination in that way, like the other messages will still come through and apply. Okay, so back to this. So I'm feeling like a lot of new experiences for you. It's like, maybe you weren't able to travel outside of the country with your next partner or boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever titles you all want to use, because none of them ever had passports before, none of them had enough money before, or couldn't take time off work before. And now you'll be able to do that with your next, peep, your next boo, your next boo thing, okay? And I think that's like sick. It's so cool because I love traveling personally myself. Like, I feel like that's probably going to be a deal breaker for me if my current boo doesn't like to travel, whoever that may be, when they appear in my life. If they don't like to travel, like, I feel like that might be a deal breaker because I love traveling and seeing new places. But here with this meeting, I'm seeing here that you'll also be able to meet a lot of people. And even the people maybe you're not romantically interested in, I feel like there's a great potential for them to become really great friends as well. So I feel like you're meeting a lot of new people here, especially in this community, and maybe creating like some pretty deep lasting bonds with several of them, So I feel like all around, like, social life booming here, and it's like the quality of people you're meeting too, I can't emphasize that enough, is going to be so much better than like people that you used to hang out with or meet with in the past. With this ascend, there's this expansive energy coming through here. And I feel like with this ascend, when I say stay connected to spirit, it's like this is soul community here, okay? That's a better probably distinction between what I was saying earlier with the online dating community. This is like soul connections happening in your community that you'll be entering if you haven't yet, or maybe you did enter a community and you're just kind of feeling it out right now and getting to meet a few people and just getting started on that process. But I really feel here there's this deep spiritual bond, and maybe some of you are even experiencing like deja vu, right? Or maybe you're meeting people that you were connected to like in a past life, and together when your energies like start to blend and mix, it will grow, expand, and evolve, right? Like, I'm reading this book, it's called The Land series by Alaron Kong, and I'm like really loving it. By the way, I like read like the first 3 books in like a week. Like, oh my god, I've been obsessed, y'all, like literally obsessed. So good. I'm really enjoying them. But there's this concept in that book series called companion. And companions, like, if you know anything about RPGs and role-playing games, like any games where you have to like level up and grind to get experience points so you can level up, that type of thing, you know how important it is to like, go into the dungeons and level up and whatever and fight all these monsters. But what's so cool about this book, and I'm sure, many of you gamers who are like more hardcore than me know this already, is that companions in that book also share experience points. So even if they go on a mission or a quest on their own and gain experience points, like their companion, because that bond is so strong, also gain experience points and evolves. So what does this have to do with anything I'm talking about? What I'm saying here is that the people around you are going to be like miracle grow for your personal growth and development and connection with who you are at your core, and growing and nurturing your innate skills and talents. So it's like, to put it in like less woo-woo terms, it's like they're gonna make you they're going to help you reach your potential a lot faster and a lot sooner. It's like you will become a better person being around them. Do you know what I mean? Have you had that experience before, where you're just like around people and you just become a better person when you're around them? It's like they encourage you, they nurture you, they help you kind of learn new things, right? So I'm really feeling that so strongly. Oh my gosh, like now I'm getting swept up in these waves of passionate energy from your reading as well. Like this is insane. Like I'm super excited for y'all. Oh, okay. There we go. To make this connection, you know, or if you've already made it, perhaps it could even be like as this connection unfolds and blossoms, like, oh my God, it's gonna be like awesome, to say the least. I feel like that's even putting it mildly. So we have Queen of Swords, we have the Hermit, Page of Cups here. Ooh, Five of Coins. Ooh, that's interesting. We might need to hear more about that. Two of Swords. Okay, so what I'm seeing here to kind of clarify this further with the help of your future spouse is with this Queen of Swords, I'm definitely feeling like you can really be who you are here. Like I feel like before, maybe when you were dating and interacting with other people, like there were certain things that you held back or you kept secret, or maybe you kind of like downplayed some of your thoughts and opinions and the way you acted because you didn't feel safe in certain groups, or you felt like you would be judged or criticized if you show who you really are. And I feel like that's not the case here at all. I feel like a lot of these relationships are going to be based on truth and honesty. So everyone will be able to express what they think and feel and have it be received in an understanding way. Okay, that doesn't mean like you just go yell at people and put people down and like whatever. It's not so much that. It's just more that it's like genuine feedback, like loving feedback. And not just like, I just want to put you down because I feel bad about myself or I'm just a mean person. Like, I don't feel that energy at all when it comes to speaking your truth. Here with the Hermit, you know, this card really speaks of wisdom that is gained through your own inner knowing, through diving deep into your soul, is like seeing more of the truth. And I feel like that really resonates a lot with that spiritual message here. So the people in this community, like they know who they are. They're also doing that inner work and growth just like you are, to whatever level, right? So you can really get to understand them. Like they've been through certain experiences as well that have been very transformative and expansive for them, okay? So again, very close-knit, very tight kind of group, not just some like generic community here. And I feel like there might be something else with this Hermit that is trying to come through, but it's not quite clear yet. So let's move to the Page of Cups and maybe it will come in a bit. So Page of Cups, this is really just telling me there's a lot of excitement for you in this next chapter, a lot of emotions going through, like happiness, ecstasy, and like joy and peace and bliss and love, and maybe of course like a little smattering of like lower vibrations like guilt and shame and anger maybe arising here and there, but mostly the other higher vibrational energies happening. So a lot of wonderful emotional experiences coming through here in this next phase. Now, I'm going to come back to this Five of Coins because this energy is a little bit of an oddball here. So I'll pull some more cards for that. But let's take a look at this Two of Swords here. What is the Two of Swords trying to tell us? Oh, okay. So very simple, very straightforward. So there's a lot of things that you don't know about the people in this community. And it's not like they're keeping secrets and like, you know, have ulterior motives. It's just more that you don't know these people. So it's like, it's this getting to know you process that is going to actually be quite fun for you. I feel like, you know, for the most part, as you get to know people, you'll start to realize that you really vibe with them quite well, right? And you'll get to kind of understand and know each other better over time. And from there, I feel like really great friendships and relationships can come through from there. Yeah. Now, oh gosh, y'all, your reading has a lot of songs coming through. So I'm hearing that getting to know you, getting to know all about you. Where does that come from? Does anybody know? Is that a musical? Or is that like like actual song that was released? I don't even know. If I remember, I'll look it up later. But guys, let's find out what's going on with this 5 of coins. Can we get more information on this 5 of coins here? Because that is interesting. Okay, so we have the King of Coins and the Lovers. Oh, well then. Well then, well then, well then. Okay, so this card, at first I was like, this card actually looks kind of like sad or bummed out. But I also felt something that was saying like, no, that's not really what it means to say. And now that I see the King of Coins and the Lovers card, now I'm understanding this more maybe like optimistic side of this card. So what it's really trying to say here is that, once upon a time, you probably felt really alone, feel like maybe out of place, like there wasn't a community that you really felt like you belonged in, right? Like you felt like a bit of an outsider, maybe a bit of a lone wolf even, like some of this hermit energy coming through. How many of you have ever felt that before? I know I have, right? And so I feel like what this is saying is that this energy is now dissolving, okay? That you are finding a place where you belong, where you feel safe, where you feel protected, where you feel loved and appreciated, okay? You feel this connection. I mean, like it's almost like these two are like kind of putting their hands over their chest, like and as if they're trying to connect with their hearts, right? And they're holding hands and embracing. So I feel like this heartfelt connections is what this is symbolizing here. And then with this King of Coins here, this isn't really about necessarily monetary abundance, but I feel like it's more speaking of abundance of connections, okay? And, I'm also feeling too, this is like energy that you're tapping into, because what is money and personal belongings, when you reduce it down to basic components, it's energy, right? Now I'm hearing that Beyonce song in my head. Energy, bum, ba bum, bum, energy, dun 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 dun. I can't really sing in that like African kind of voice. But anyways, so I feel like there's a lot of energy here within this community that vibrates with you, and again, that will expand and help you evolve. It's kind of like, when you go to certain places and you meet certain people and they like drain you, right? I'm sure you all know what that is. Well, this community and these people in the community that you connect with, they will energize you. Like, how great of a reversal is that from this other energy before of like feeling drained, feeling alone, feeling like cast out, right? Like, oh, beautiful, gorgeous, gorgeous energy. I love it. I'm hoping you're excited for this just as much as I'm excited for you. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for the likes and subscribes and comments and these ways you support my channel, including watching the ads. Like, it really means a lot, y'all. It's like been so wonderful to see the channel growing over the past few months. And if you feel like you need to connect with me further for a personal reading, just look in the description box below to see how. I'm working on a website to make that easier for everybody. But other than that, remember y'all, it ain't too late for your happily ever after. See you next time. Hey there, group 3. How y'all doing? Welcome to your reading to find out from your future self what is in the next chapter of romance for you. So here we have Broken Ring, parting of the ways in either romance or business. So, wow, super different energies for you, group 3, but no less powerful, no less important, right? So for many of you, what I'm seeing here, this next chapter of love and romance is really a parting of ways, just like what this says. So many of you that were drawn to this pile, despite, maybe some of the ominous feelings of broken ring here, it's like we're really coming to realize at this point now that a certain relationship is just not a good fit for you anymore. Like, I feel like there's this distance that has just been slowly and softly growing, and it's maybe even getting to the point now where it's kind of like, ooh, I'm kind of done with this. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't really tolerate this anymore, and it doesn't seem like things are necessarily gonna do a 180 and change for the better here, and it's time for me to just move forward, move on, and it's time for the other person to move forward and move on as well, okay? So it could very well be that you've been having those emotions, okay? So it's okay. It's okay if you feel that way. There's no need to feel guilty or ashamed about this at all. This is a part of life. We often outgrow relationships and friendships and romantic partnerships, right? Like that's just how things happen sometimes in life. So there's no need to feel bad about it. Now, for others of you, I'm also getting here, the other aspect of this card here is if that doesn't relate to you, then what this really speaks of is sort of breaking some energies with exes. Okay, so for those of you that still have some exes that kind of show up in your life and it kind of like makes you uncomfortable, but maybe you're not super comfortable yet with being like, yo, can you stop messaging me? Can you stop texting me? Can you stop like, trying to tag me in photos or trying to hang out with me? Like, I've moved on. I'm with somebody else. And even though, we have a past, like it needs to just stay in the past at this point. Do you know what I'm saying? So I feel like some ex energy is coming in here and it's really about letting go of those ties now, especially on an energetic level, right? And not having those residual feelings, I feel, of like maybe being nostalgic and a little bit, wistful about the good times, and better yet, maybe letting go of some of the resentment and the anger and the hate you may have towards an ex, right? It's just like really cutting ties fully. So it's a very freeing energy is what I feel, despite the fact that it says broken ring, which can carry some sadness and weight to it. I feel like what happens right after though is this freedom, okay? So let's take a look at this more. Romance, revel, flow, savor, entice, open yourself to romance. So I feel like this is what's been missing a lot in your life, perhaps with some of this heavier energy. It's like you've been missing that romance and it's trying to make its way back in, but there's something or someone kind of blocking the way, Union, reconciliation, eternal love, your time has come. So this reconciliation, what I'm feeling is not so much a reconciliation of like, oh, let's like be friends again. Oh, let's get back together. It's not that kind of reconciliation. It's more like kind of this. Acceptance is the key to inner peace. So we're just reconciled with like, okay, we've tried this many different ways. It's just not working. So I just need to reconcile the fact that I need to move forward, right? Given what has all transpired and given the way I feel, right? So it's that kind of reconciliation where it's like you're putting all these pieces together and like taking the appropriate action and outcome that matches it. You know what I'm saying? Okay. And also with the reconciliation, there's this element of peace, right? Like just like this card, there's this peace, and that's probably that freedom that I was tuning into at the undertones of this broken ring card. All right, and like your time has come. Your time has come to like be with someone you want to be with, without any hindrances, without any obstacles, without any like annoyances. Balance, yin and yang, darkness and light. Stay centered in your higher self. So this is what has been lacking, is that balance in the relationship, the balance in the energies. Like one person is being too needy or too demanding, or another person is being too distant and too aloof, too selfish, like whatever, right? It's just like the energy was not right, y'all. It's just not right. Free will. Look at this person, like jumping out, like mid-air photo here. Like how much freer can you get? There's like literally nothing but air in his immediate area, right? Like he can move his arms and his legs and his neck however he wants. There was like no resistance. Well, unless you get really super scientific that there may be drag in the air, right? If you're going into physics, but you know what I mean. Like, let's just not like overthink it. So it says here, choices, decisions, contact, and action. Action cannot be forced. So there we go. Action cannot be forced. I feel like maybe many of you have been trying to make this work. Whatever this is that you need to part ways with, like you're trying to be accommodating for it and like yo, it's like time to move on. Oh my God, like when I was looking at this card as like the options came out, I heard this song from Maya, who's like a like 90s, early 2000s, like R&B pop star. Let me know if you know who Maya is down in the comments below, and let me know your favorite song from her. But I heard that song Moving On with Maya, and there's like a remix that had Silk the Shocker. Like, oh my God, I wonder what happened to him. Anyway, she sang this song like, I'll be moving moving on. I'll be moving on. And like it's basically her leaving a relationship that is like not serving her, that doesn't feel great with her, you know? So that's what I'm really feeling for your energy here is this moving on, like making a choice here, making a decision, okay? And instead of staying in this kind of limbo, right? Where it's like you're kind of getting by, but it's like a drag. You know what I'm saying? And it's, oh my God, now that the Lady Gaga song came, don't be a drag, just be a queen. Don't be a drag, just be a queen, right? So step into your power here and just be like, enough is enough, yo. Like, I'm ready to come into union with real romance where the energies are balanced and I feel free, okay? Oh my gosh. Now the Destiny's Child. Wow, that music jukebox in my brain is like on overdrive today. I'm hearing the song Free by Destiny's Child. I feel like you should listen to that, group 3. So look up Destiny's Child, like Beyonce's former group, and the song is called Free. And yeah, it ain't no feeling like being free when your mind's made up and your heart's in the right place, yeah. Oh my God, beautiful lyrics. I feel like you can totally relate to it, group 3. Okay, let's get some more insight from your future self here about this next chapter of love and romance. Oh my gosh, now the songs are just like coming through in my head. Like 702, gotta leave. Why you rude to me? I gotta go, gotta leave. You ain't true to me. I gotta go, gotta leave. Wow. Okay. Okay. Oh my gosh. I feel like this card. You know, group 3. Sometimes I feel like if you've seen the other readings, group 3 always got more to say. Always be getting extra cards here. So let's just take a look at this one here. We have the 9 of Coins. So this is about being wise. Okay, there's this wisdom that comes through with your experiences of like what is okay with you, what you want more of in your life, what you don't want anymore in your life, right? And creating that stability around it and just being like, you know, I'm not down for this. This is making me feel all sorts of way, making me feel down, like taking me through like a roller coaster ride. Like I need stability here. I need a partner. I need a romance that I can rely on, that I can count on, who will be there for me just as much as I'm there for them, right? And look, even like the 4 coins here are balanced on either side, with the 9th coin here kind of unifying them and so much bigger than the other coins, like signifying that if everyone does their part equally in a relationship, then it can be more than either person ever thought. Oh, love it. Love it. Okay, that's like a bonus reading. Bonus card here. Let's just tuck that in over there. All right, let's see what these are. Ooh, the Tower. There you go. You've been trying to make it work, and it just isn't. So it's time to like let it fall. Let it go. Let it burn. Oh my God, Usher, let it burn. I actually don't know the words to that song, so you don't have to hear me sing it. So Page of Wands, 10 of Wands, look at that. Like this fairy is not happy. It's like you're pouring water, you're pouring love, you're pouring energy into this thing, and it's like moving. It's like things are sprouting, but it's not stuff that you want, you know? It's not like, it's just not nourishing. Temperance, that kind of really feeds into that balance card here. Judgment. Oh my gosh, look at this. OMG. Endings, 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 10, which is the highest of the number cards in a suit. We have Judgment, which comes right before the World card. And we have the Tower, right? So things crumbling. It's been time, okay? It's like things have been put off long enough. You got to let this ex go. You got to let this relationship that isn't serving you go, because it's time for new passion, new love. It's time for you to be excited about being in a relationship again. Or it could even be like you don't want to be in a relationship right now. You need a break. And it could just be about rekindling that passion you have for life, your interests, what you want to do for once, and not so much getting too involved and too worried about the relationship dynamics and the other person. It's like, again, being free, being so free. And finding that spark of life again, which I feel like has been dwindling in recent days, weeks, months, whatever. And it feels like you're just kind of going through the motions, and it's time to be like feel alive again. Okay, it's time for all of you to be free. Oh my gosh, like that's really all there is to it. And have balance once again here, okay? With this, like, you see this cup that's pouring water in here. Well, it's this water that can kind of flow both ways, okay? And it's like this divine balance and this divine, in a way, like order of the universe, right? Like there's action and there's rest. There's action and then there's consequences, right? And then there's give and take, push and pull. Like there's a lot of these dynamics that constantly happen. And it's the temperance card is really calling us to realign it all again. Okay, bring it all together. So, wow, this was something. I feel like the message is very straightforward. I'm honestly not getting anything much stronger through. I feel like this is already a lot to take in. And I know that many of you who have been drawn to this palette have already been sensing it. So just know that I wish you the best, and that no matter what, I'm always, always rooting for you to have happiness and to find what it is your heart truly desires, okay? So, oh my gosh, thank you all for watching this reading. This, even though this is a difficult topic, a parting of ways, just know, again, this is leading to good things if this is what resonates with you, is moving on, moving forward. There's opportunities for balance. There's opportunities for romance, coming into union with a better match for you, rediscovering your light in the world and your passions and your love. Okay, so we'll all work out beautifully in the end. And as I always say, even though I'm saying this a little bit earlier than usual, is that it's never too late for your happily ever after. You can always make the decision to move towards it. All right, no matter what situation you're in at the present moment. So thank you all for your support. As always, thank you for sticking with it through this message, this particular one. And I appreciate all the support and love you show the channel. So take care, okay? I look forward to doing reading for you again here very, very soon.